All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here. It's American Gun Reviews. How's everybody doing tonight? Just want to remind everybody, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, don't forget to hit the like button, all that jazz. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. So we're going to be continuing watching and reviewing the White Lotus show on HBO Max. Comes out on 8 Central Standard Time on Sunday nights. This is New Day. Last week, I really didn't know what to make of this show. It has a great cast, as Mike White as a director, and I really wasn't that impressed with it. Leave it to somebody else that I really respect on YouTube that does an incredible job reviewing things. And if you aren't a subscriber of theirs, go over there and check it out. But always watching her over there just really put things really eloquently. I say the word eloquently all the time about her stuff. I think that's just the best way to put it. I'm sorry. And if you watch this, if she watches this, sorry, I always say eloquently. So go check out her reviews on it. Because I hadn't looked at the angle that she had kind of looked at, which was like the difference, like the vacationer and the staff kind of thing. And while it's right there, and I've been working in customer service in one way or another since like I was 16. And so, I watch it and I just kind of, when I see it, I just kind of it's not really something that I felt like it was too in your face about. I just kept trying to grasp, is this just some little slice of life? And I still don't think that it's much more than that, especially since there's really not much going on with the staff in this. Now there is what she's talking about, the vacationer. Like, what is it like to be the people that serve people on a vacation? But really, it's no different than somebody's life who, I guess it's slightly different because a vacation is, especially like a Hawaiian vacation, people spend a lot of money, whether you're rich or poor, whether you can afford, whether it's easy to pay for or hard to pay for. You go and you expect certain things, I think. And so there's like that, no matter how much you make. When you go to a place like the White Lotus, you expect something, right? More than what you have. Otherwise, why would you go there, right? You're looking for something that you don't currently have, or going to some place that you don't, normally see, like wherever you live. Like if you live like me in Illinois, you've never seen a place like Hawaii in real life if you haven't gone there. Like you won't see anything around here like that unless somebody, plants some fucking palm trees or something in their backyard, and then or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, like when you go out to eat, you don't really think about the people's lives that serve you, that, like around you in a regular, wherever you live. It's just somebody giving you food. Or when you go to the grocery store and where I work, and most people don't really pay attention to what you do for them and all the hard work and all that. So I get it, and amp that up to like 10 or 11 when you have like a resort or a vacation spot. And I did start to see what that person was talking about, and I appreciate that. But I still I'm not really, all I'm seeing is the same stuff I saw in the first episode. And here's the other thing, right? I'm not a film student. I didn't go to college. College was not something I was ever on the table for me because I grew up in a cult. And by the time I got out, I was just trying to keep my head above water the rest of my life. So everything I learn, everything I know about film is just from watching stuff. So I'm not going to talk about it the same way as like a Chris Stuckman or anybody who goes to film school. So when I put things like this, where I'm just like, I just don't, I'm just not seeing what everybody else might be saying when they talk about this show. And here's another thing. Mike White, like I am a fan of independent films. And I don't just mean the popular ones. Like if somebody says I'm a fan of techno, but they only listen to the Chemical Brothers or Daft Punk, but they don't know anything else about it. You know what I mean? I was into independent film. Like independent film is what kind of got me really into movies when I was like a late teenager. And Mike White was one of those guys that was coming up, like with movies like Chuck and Buck and stuff. But I never really got into his stuff, and I always feel like a bad indie fan or something for not liking certain things that a lot of people really like. I only kind of liked School of Rock. I did not like Nacho Libre. Those are bigger movies of his, but I didn't like the one with what was it, Laura Dern, Enlightenment. Didn't really like that. Did not like the one with Ben Stiller. It's just one of those things, and I feel weird because I like him as an actor a lot, but I just don't dig really much the way he tells a story, and I just it's maybe I shouldn't even say that I don't like it. I find myself just kind of bored, and I'm not bored here. I keep trying to find something, and I'm already like 6 minutes in, and I haven't really talked about this episode. So anyway. Going into this, it's just like I'm trying to see what everybody else is seeing. And all I see is basically what I said in the first episode, which is wherever you go, there you are. You can take any vacation, you can go to wherever you want, you can go to fucking Timbuktu, you can go to Antarctica, you can go to Des Moines, or, wherever country you live in. Think of the most banal place there. And wherever you go, who you are, you bring with you. Whatever your problems are, if you're not able to go somewhere and turn those off, if you're a miserable fuck in Illinois, you're going to be a miserable fuck in Hawaii. And so that's what I see here. Like I see these girls that are all the way in Hawaii and they're just, trying to figure out what drugs to take. Like you go all the way to Hawaii just so you can like smoke pot, do ketamine, take Ambien, because apparently what's around you isn't enough. Like the ocean and nature and just the getting away from it all. Plus, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of drugs. They're in high school, right? I think, or are they just in college? And so that's what I took from it, other than we did get an answer from last week that no, he doesn't have cancer, and so Steve Zahn's character can relax until he finds out that his dad didn't die of cancer that he's been talking about all last episode, he was freaking out about. And that was probably the highlight of the episode, was that Steve Zahn finds out he doesn't have cancer, but that his dad didn't die of cancer either. He died of AIDS because he was a homosexual. Connie Britton's expression in that scene was amazing when she's just like, all these reactions and everything in this is really realistic. So it's not even like the performances or anything is bad. None of this is bad. It's just not grabbing me to where, I don't even really care who's going to be dead at the end of this. And so I don't know if I'm going to cover this after this episode. I'll watch next week. I'm going to watch next week and find out. That is going to for sure tell me, it'll be the halfway mark, I think, of whether or not I'm going to watch and review this anymore. Because if all it is like Pete from The Office is still railing about the same thing before. He's talking about how she might ruin their honeymoon by taking a job for a paper, like an online paper or whatever, about something that he doesn't give a shit about, that doesn't pay any money, but that she really loves to do it because it's doing it on their honeymoon. He's worried that's going to ruin the honeymoon, not him always taking every other breath to harp on the guy Armand about why they didn't get the right room. They didn't get the right room. They double booked. And when he asks him if you can just apologize and own up to it, and he does, guess what? It's not enough. He's then leads that to segue into, oh, well, what else can we get? How else can you make it up to us? There is no other thing. The guy just wants him to say, Fuck the people in that room. You can have it, you little rich bitch. But he can't. And so he has to put this guy through all this by calling his mommy again. The whole thing about her not having money keeps coming up. She doesn't have to do anything anymore. And it's just like, yeah, no wonder she's not with him at the beginning of the series, because she probably fucking leaves him. Now, could she be in that box? Sure. Anyone could be in that box. You know who could be in that box? The guy who he's berating the whole time because he was 5 years sober, and at the end of it, he's doing the drugs that he found from in the backpack that Jennifer Coolidge finds on the beach that the girls were doing that they did ketamine during her conversation. He could be in that box, and I wouldn't care. You know, the one I really feel bad for is the son, who's just like having to sit in that kitchen and take off all his clothes because it's stifling in there. They won't even give him a hit off the bong. You know, like, come on, man, give the guy a hit. You guys got you got enough drugs to fucking kill Hunter S. Thompson, and they won't give the poor kid a hit of fucking weed. But he gets the last laugh because when he leaves to go sleep on the beach, he actually sees something that he's never seen before and he'll never forget. And he gets to see the whale breaches. So that kid wins the episode, if you ask me. And yeah, I mean, Daddario looks for inspiration to Connie Britton's character. What's the point of this scene? Well, don't meet your heroes. She goes up there to say she's a fan. When she realizes who she is, she tells her she did a hatchet job and that apparently it was very unflattering for her. So then later at dinner, Connie Britton can bring up the fact that somebody's a fan. Oh my God, because her own daughter's not a fan. Her own daughter dismisses everything her mother does because she's over there reading Nietzsche and Freud like... and the way they talk, like they're just like everybody else in the fucking world is stupid. Yeah. How much of that Freud and Nietzsche are they even understanding, or are they just fucking babbling it back out? Parroting it out. Well, this says this, so I understand it. If I say something, I understand it. So Connie Britton, though, has the audacity to bring up that she's a fan. She sucks as a journalist, but she's a fan. Why do you need to bring up both? Why would someone need to do that? Why do you care? Say one or the other. Say, oh, hey, she's a fan. So you don't really need to denigrate her. But she felt like she also needed to do that. She could have just denigrated her and not even brought up that she was a fan. Now, her daughter does have a point a little bit about, not being impressed with what her mother does because of the reasons that she gives. But at the same time, she's achieving something and everything just is feeling emptiness. Just don't, we don't do anything. So we're actually accomplishing nothing by doing nothing. And it's just, these aren't interesting characters. These aren't fun characters to grab you. They just don't. It's a slice of life thing and I'm just not into it. And I'm still not into it. And like I said, I don't even know if I need to watch episode 3 to know that I'm just not down with this. You guys, you like what you like. I don't like this. This is boring. And it's not too real. It's, for me, oh, wow, these people are just no, it's just, there's nothing here. There's no story here other than who's in the box. And I wonder if this is based on anything. Is that how they got anybody to make this show or write the book? Is, oh, hey, but the twist is somebody dies at the end and the whole is who ends up in the box. And if you really want to spend 6-7 episodes, 6-7 weeks of your life, 6-7 Sundays of your life trying to figure out who's in that fucking box, let me tell you, it doesn't even matter. It's going to be a disappointment either way. The only thing that might not be a disappointment is how it happens. I don't know. Maybe the son sleeps on the beach and the tide fucking takes him away and a whale swallows him and spits him out off of a beach like Jonah, like half a mile down the road. I don't know. That'd be about as interesting as it gets. So anyway, if you like this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, and the bell for all notifications. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't like this review. And that goes for everybody. So if you hated everything I said and you watched till the end like a masochist, well, you can go right here, look right here, and I'll give you a new memory. Those of you who happen to just like this video for some reason, put on some shades, look away, and we'll give you guys the last 16 or so minutes of your life back. Here's the memory I choose to give you. Have a great night. Maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe not. Bye.